Alright, I'm gonna be doing a live stream a couple times of Trove to starting off to help everybody who hasn't played it before. Um, what you want to do when you first start is always do the link account. You'll get a free pet that'll give you 50 magic find, which will help you find items later on in the game. And then it'll take you to pick a class, which it all depends on what you want. There's a ton that I never used, but there's some that are better than others, like the gunslinger. It's better than most because you basically get to shoot from long range, and they can't touch you and do a lot of damage. Chloromancer, that's great for dungeons. You get to use plants and everything to guard you, and they do a whole bunch of damage. But I'm gonna try something new this time and go with something that I've never used. I don't know yet. Um, I am actually going to go with the Fatrixers because I have been told that it's great compared to most. It's way overpowered. It's just going to walk you through about how to do everything, attacking, walking around. Pretty straightforward game. You just go around, destroy everything. Basically like Minecraft, but you can upgrade yourself, get better items for yourself, but you can also build, just like Minecraft. See, when you defeat dungeons, you get chests as well. You get items that are better than most. When you go to select your items, there'll be a little tab that'll say what it's better at. The green's better. It'll say plus, say 1 movement speed, or minus magic damage, or anything. Basically, when you start, you're just going to want to follow all the directions that it says at the top right corner of the game. It'll tell you to go to dungeons, which are basically just buildings that range in various difficulties on what level you are. Right now, you start off as a novice, and you basically go up from there, and you go to the dungeons, which have more loot than when you just face regular guys. And there's a lot of them here. Normally what I always do, we just run right through it as fast as we can just to get it done. I generally take all the loot just because once you have it, you can sell it in the loot collector later on in the game once you find out what that is. And then you get money from it, and you can end up buying things that are extremely useful in the game. This stuff too, it doesn't seem very useful since it's just the very starting stuff. But later in the game, you're going to need it for lots of things like ring crafting, which is basically number one, and just little things along the way that are going to be important for you. Also, when you do this, it is a glitch that they may fix when it comes out of beta on the PS4, which is going to be pretty soon. If you go to Emblem, and normally you have to earn these and unlock them with mastery points, which you will find out what they are later in the game. You go to hide uncollected, show all, and then go to emblems. And basically, when you use your little potion, which you're gonna refill, it tells you how. You can pick any of these to do something like this one. I normally go with this one at the beginning. It spawns a guy that'll help kill people while you're attacking. And then there's also this one. This one I normally go with too later on. If you're a Neon Ninja, which is basically the swordsman, it basically raises your attack speed and movement speed insanely for a while. And then Vampiric, when you use a potion, it basically it says it is what it says. It just takes the life from them and brings it to you. I'm probably gonna go with that for now. Also, you'll get class coins, which you can unlock new classes with. And I'll see what I want now. I'm either going to go with the Revenant, the Neon Ninja, or the Pirate Captain. I've always wanted to try him just because he looks like he could do a lot of damage. I've never seen somebody with him. But I am probably going to go with... let's see what he does. 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 Let's see what he do I don't think I'll go with him. I know Neon Ninja could do a lot of damage, but I'm gonna go with the Pirate Captain actually. And then you're gonna want to go and just do what it says till you run out. You'll run out eventually, maybe around level 8 or so. Um, the last one is getting the club, as far as I know, which is fairly simple. You just go in the chat and ask, or if you have the money for it, you can just make one yourself, which is in-game money, which is called Flux. You can make it yourself, and basically it's just a range of portals. This is where you start off at, and you just keep rising, 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 rising. You go here. As you can see, I'm only power rank 198, which is in the top left. This requires 550, and they go up, I think, as far as 10,000. This one is, these two are 700. This one is 900. This one's 1,200. That's pretty high. I think 1,200 is the highest I'm able to go on my other guy. 2,500. There's some people that are just absolutely insane about this game as well. 5,000. Oh wow. Yep, 10,000 or greater. Uber 9. And there's one thing to be watching out for in this game, that it does crash a lot. All you have to do is close out of the screen that comes up, and it was lagging for me. You just close out of the screen that you were in, and it basically just it'll just say error with the game or something. They'll be fixing it when the beta version's done, which I recommend playing before the beta because everything's easier right now and you can get a lot of free things with it. But basically you just have to restart the game real quick. Takes maybe 2 minutes or a minute at the most. But basically it's a pretty straightforward game. If you don't know what's going on, try to find some people that do, and if you need help with something, just ask them, or you can always ask me. And it's pretty straightforward until you get into the higher levels with crafting and all that. Then it gets pretty complicated. There are also like other people in the game. As you can see, like you can go in parties and help complete dungeons, go in PvP battles, which 3v3 you have to be in a club for, and you can do 5v5 in a club or with other people, which I don't recommend doing it with other people live. If you go to the hub world, mostly because most of them are around level 40 or something, and they are extremely good at this game. before you equip the weapon, you want to figure out how you want to actually build your character. Say if you just want purely health and not very much damage, or you want a lot of damage and maybe not as much health, you just want to be able to dish it out and have other people watch your back. But you kind of want a balance of both, so you always got to check your stats on things before you equip them. The fastest way to level up too is by just going around and doing dungeons, as it said. Just go around doing lots of dungeons. And later in the game, if you don't really like it, the jumping, how you can only jump very little. Basically, you can get items. Some of them decrease the amount of jumps, some increase. It all depends on how many you have. But you can get more jumps. Say some weapons have 7, 6, or 8, somewhere around there, and you can have lots of them. I know some people have around 30 jumps, which you can get almost anywhere with that. And some people don't even have any but the very beginning. And later on in the game, you'll see that your power rank, like mine has been, rising super fast. What you'll want to do is there'll be things called shadow dungeons, which you'll find out later on your own from other people asking about them and wanting to do them with other people. There are harder versions of regular dungeons that you have to pay for with 50, but you can get incredible rewards from them. And you can get gems, which boost your health, your attack, everything. And they'll increase your power rank, but maybe if they're fully leveled up by about 100. And you can have, I think, around 3 of them for each kind. And basically, they increase your attack speed, your movement speed, your health, a little bit of everything. And then there's things called empower gems, which you have to be a much higher level for, maybe around like 18 or 19. No, for the first one's 12, and then around 18 or so. I'll have to check. And it takes a while. Yeah, the first one's 12, second one's 15, and the next one's 20. Red is the rarest and the hardest, but they are a lot better. The red ones, they don't really say what they all do. But I know these ones boost your health. They all have power ranks, as you can see. And then always check your claims. There's always going to be claims for mastery ranks. Like I just got this, which is, everybody gets these at the very beginning just to help you get around. What you want to do is you'll get on something high and you can go somewhere farther by just gliding like this. And you just let it go. Or you can dive down or turn, whatever. You want to keep going into higher portals as you go, because say if you just stayed in the same one for a long time after you were able to go in the next one, you're not going to level up very fast or very efficiently, because they're just so easy for you and they give you no XP. So as soon as you're able to, always go in the next one. They say what's required: 100 power rank, 160 power rank, 250, and 400. And then there's also, they recommend levels, like this is 6 and 7, I'm only level 5, but my power rank's higher because I have better items. It's just all about how good you are and how good your items are, for the most part. Also, you can always get ore. This stuff is like everything you could want. You can do everything with it. There's also this blue stuff down here, and you use this for crafting blocks and different things. I don't really know. These are a little bit rarer than the purple shapestone. That's formosite. This is purple shapestone. As you can see, you can also get these blocks for building in your club world when you become into a club, and also into your cornerstone, which they explain what that is. It's basically your plot of land at the very beginning that they had me do. Some places you're not going to be able to get up yet till you have more jumps, but just build up a little bit, get a couple blocks, you'll be fine. As you can see, this is what they mean by cornerstone right here. That guy just put his there. I can't do anything about it. So if you are with another person that is with you and you want to put them there and they kind of take it, you're going to have to find a new one. And when you get into the higher levels, what's going to happen is that you're going to find that there aren't going to be very many at all. See, you're going to find these as well. They're basically bigger bosses, is what they are. To be some things that you aren't high enough level to use, like those items there, I'm not high enough level to use at all. And you just have to wait till you're higher level. Some things aren't even better that are higher levels too. You'll also find on the map mega dungeons, which are bigger than normal, and some of them are pretty hard later on in the game, and they're also kind of confusing to find an entrance like this one. I don't know. I don't really want to search for it, but they do carry more loot, but they're also much bigger, more enemies, and they're harder. do always want to get this stuff too, because later on in the game it becomes useful just because a lot of the things that you want to build takes this stuff, and it takes around 200 of it, which normally I already have 10 of it just for mining a couple blocks, because some of them do give you 2 or 3 if you're lucky. Normally 1 or 2. So yeah, 2, 1. A good way to mine too is using bombs. You can earn those from just doing dungeons, but also you can craft them later on. They're pretty cheap. They're a great way to mine. And it also depends on what you're using. Some require physical and or magical damage. This guy is more of a mage type guy, so I would recommend magical, but it's really up to you. I don't know how much physical would work with him, really, but I normally go with magical for them. And then if you get a guy that's, say, more of the Neon Ninja, you're going to want physical damage. When you do craft things to put in your home, you're just going to want to place it down. It'll be in your thing like that, like normal blocks are. And then with your weapons, what you're going to do is put them in here. You aren't able to put crafting materials like bones and mushrooms and shapestone in there, but you are able to put all the weapons, masks, and hats in there. They do give you the currencies in the game, which is flux, and it also levels up your mastery rank, which will end give you specialty items and specialty weapons and looks. This will be the last of this first video, but I will be doing more. And if you do have any questions, I will answer them if you either email me or my gamer tag for PSN is XxS0ulK1nG's. You should be able to find it. And I'll be on maybe every other day. So